Okay, I saw 2 trailers in the past 2 days, and they're both really interesting. We have The Mummy. There's a movie called The Mummy, and it's coming out this year in April. And it seems like this version of The Mummy has put back the horror aspect of what horror movies are. So the first ever Mummy movie was back in the 30s and 40s, back in black and white. This is when Universal Studios came to play and the Universal monsters were appearing left and right. You had Frankenstein, you had the Wolfman, you have Gillman, you had the Invisible Man, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You had all of these characters that we come to know and love. Then in 1997, a remake of the 1930s one came out, starring Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. Rachel Weisz. And it had a fantasy, horror, and action aspect in it. It was directed by the gentleman who did the live-action Jungle Book, starring Jason Scott Lee. I don't know his name, but he did Jason Scott Lee. I also believe he may have done the remake of The Time Machine starring Guy Pearce. I could absolutely be wrong by that, but he did the live action, I think it was 1997 live action Jungle Book with Jason Scott Lee. Believe it or not, that movie was supposed to have Clive Barker direct it, but they didn't like the direction. The studio did not like the direction that Clive Barker was putting it through, because Clive Barker is well known for directing Hellraiser. He wrote the book for Hellraiser. He's written many books for Hellraiser. I believe he also did his book for Nightbreed, and he's known for horror fantasy meets Dark Desire, that kind of stuff, because that's what Hellraiser was. What do you wish? They didn't like the way he was doing it. Apparently, it just didn't have the charm that they were looking for, that the original Mummy had. So they axed him and gave this new director to take the lead, and it worked. And then we had the 2017 Mummy starring Tom Cruise, and this Mummy was a female mummy. Basically, this was Universal Studios had an idea to do the Dark Universe, which was to bring the Hollywood movie monsters, Dracula, all that stuff back. Originally, to jumpstart this was Gary Shore's Dracula Untold, starring Luke Evans as the title role, Vladimir Tepish, also known as Dracula. But they decided to axe that, saying, no, that's not going to jumpstart it. We're not going to have it open it up. We're going to have the Mummy open it up. We got Tom Cruise. They basically had already cast their people. So they had Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Dr. Jekyll and Hyde was played by Russell Crowe, who appeared in the movie. They had the Mummy, Tom Cruise. I believe Johnny Depp was to play the Invisible Man. And Dracula, I don't know if they were going to do Dracula or not. Also, the gentleman who, Javier, I don't know his last name, but he's well known for playing his role as the strict abusive father in Richard Ryan Murphy's Monster, the Mendez Brothers. He also played The Old Man Country. He played the villain trying to go after Josh Brolin's character because his character stole money from this guy. And he also just so happened to be married to Penelope Cruz, who used to be in a relationship with Tom Cruise when they did a movie together called Vanilla Sky. So he was to star as, I think, Victor Frankenstein, or I believe Frankenstein's monster, Frankenstein. So that was the original idea, but because The Mummy did not do very well in the domestic box office. It did well international wise. It didn't do so well in domestic box office. They axed it. They said no. So now, fast forward about almost 10 years later, we have The Mummy. Now, it looks like from what the trailer showed in this Mummy, it seems that a little girl has gone missing. Because it says, what happened to Katie? So this little girl named Katie is missing. And it looks like, from what the trailer is, it looks like she may have been kidnapped and then mummified. And the reason why I say kidnapped, because it seems like there's this occult chanting, of Egyptian language, and you see images of disturbing stuff like, demonic and dark magic, and people are going crazy, freaking out like this. It's maddening. And then you see what looks like to be a mummy of a child, and it looks like it's Katie. And when she opens up her eyes, it looks like all hell's about to break loose. And it happens to be produced by James Wan, who is well known for his movies like The Conjuring and Malignant. And it seems like Blumhouse is also producing this. And Blumhouse was the people behind, distributing The Conjuring, Fantasy Island, Nope, Get Out, Megan, The Invisible Man, Five Nights at Freddy's, all this stuff come into play. So now it looks like we're doing this. Okay. I think the little girl was kidnapped to be used as a vessel for some entity. I don't know if it's Imhotep, Anubis, Horus. You have all these Egyptian gods. Set, the Egyptian god of death. We don't know. If it is Set and using a child's body, there must be some things going on. The Egyptians were known for a lot of things, and even they themselves had their own superstitions, their own magic, their own occults, their own everything. I mean, after all, they were one of the civilizations that were a lot more advanced compared to other civilizations, given the fact that they were like BC and AD and all that stuff. They showed a lot of intelligence that shouldn't have been even possible, but they knew. That's why a lot of people would say, conspiracy theories would say, oh, it's aliens, oh, it's this and that. Or maybe they were more advanced than we give them credit for. I mean, after all, they knew that honey could be used for healing. They knew a lot of stuff. So who knows? So it looks like this little girl was kidnapped and used for some ceremony, and now it either has gone wrong, is going the way it wanted, who knows? It looks like it has some Conjuring and the First Omen vibe. And the reason why I say First Omen vibe, because it looks maddening. It looks like all hell's breaking loose. It looks like something that was supposed to be summoned has either succeeded in entering this world, or something went very, very, very wrong. I think something went very, very wrong. But then again, this is the trailer alone. I don't know. This is coming out in April. I believe it said April 16th. Check out the trailer. See what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section, because in my opinion, this little girl may have been kidnapped by some coven, some occult group, and was used as some offering for a ritual. Something went wrong. Who knows? There is another trailer. Now, I've talked about this before, but now this is the second trailer, and it looks like it gives you more details than the first one. Now, the first trailer for the movie The Bride, we only had enough idea because, like I said, it looks like Jake Gyllenhaal may have been responsible for her death. Of course, the young lady playing the bride is now with Frankenstein, who is played by Christian Bale. And it looks like they're doing a whole Bonnie and Clyde kind of lifestyle. They're being pursued by Peter Gallagher, who's playing the detective. And I said maybe Penelope Cruz knew this woman. Maybe something happened. Maybe she saw something she wasn't supposed to see. Maybe she was in an abusive relationship and it just went all hell broke loose. I even said maybe Jake Gyllenhaal may have had something to do with her death. And it looks like it's coming back at him. It turns out in this trailer, my predictions may not have been as spot on. I was on the right track, but it didn't work out. So obviously it looks like that the creature, Frankenstein, has something to do with her death. The reason why I say this, because at the end of the trailer, and you guys can watch yourself, at the end of the trailer, he says, Bride of Frankenstein. And he said, the Bride of Frankenstein. She goes, no, just the bride. So it looks like, from the trailer alone, it looks like she found out what he did. And she's like, oh, hell no. You lied to me this whole time and you do me like that? Hell no. I don't know. This is the trailer. Who knows? The reason why I say he may have something to do with the death was she broke her neck when she fell down the stairs, and there's someone standing at the top of the stairs. Something tells me he found her, because there is a scene where he's looking at her and she's looking at him and she's normal. It looks like she was not happy with her life. And she may have, because the way she dresses, she doesn't dress like the other people. The other rich solicitors, whatever you call it. It looks like she was a girl that may have been working the streets. May have been like the girl who was in The Menu, played by Anya Taylor. Just, I don't know how, like a rent-a-girlfriend kind of thing. I don't know. Or like Holly Golightly from Breakfast at Tiffany's. She may have been that. I don't know. But it looks like Frankenstein may have killed her. She has no memory. She doesn't know what the heck's going on. She knows she's dead. Oh, we brought you. You had an accident. An accident. That's what happened, It looks like Peter Gallagher's character may have known this young lady. Because there's a scene where he goes, stop right there, and he has his piece drawn and everything. He doesn't shoot. He seems like he knows her. Something. How she knows? I don't know. Penelope Cruz's character, I thought may have known the bride's character. Jessica Buckley, I believe that's who's playing the bride. I thought Penelope Cruz's character may have known her. No, it looks like she's working with Peter Gallagher as possibly an assistant, solving these cases. And it looks like the more you look into it, it seems like it's not trying, but it's giving the vibe of what Joker 2. I'm not going to pronounce the whole title of it, only because I can't pronounce it. So in Joker 2, it starred Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker, reprising his role, and Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. And it looked like they were a match made in heaven, causing havoc, like in the comic books. Of course, not many people like the movie. I saw the movie and I was like, oh, I see why you guys didn't like it. Because it was a completely different direction from the first one. It looks like that vibe, that they're going crazy, there's like a dance number and things like that. Also, the reason why I bring up the Joker, because it seems like these two are inspiring something. They even said, we'll go after the corrupted. We, the dead, have something to say, and we're saying it. And also, there's a scene where she's got the bride has Jake Gyllenhaal's character on the floor. He's saying, "Please don't hurt me." And she, "I'm sorry, please don't hurt me." What are you sorry for? Did you do something that you thought you weren't going to get away with? Things like that. And the detective's right there watching, so something happened. Who knows? It looks like, without giving a whole bunch away, because that's nowadays there's a huge bad habit of trailers giving away all the movie. So from the first trailer, you didn't know what's going on. It gave you a Bonnie and Clyde vibe, which yeah, I did. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, it's a Bonnie and Clyde, only it's Frankenstein and the Bride. Okay, cool. Let's see what trouble they get into. So we have an idea more of what's going into this. We do have a Dr. Frankenstein, played by Annie Bennett, who is well known for her role in Belmont. The President, which she played alongside Michael Douglas. I believe she even played the mom in alongside Pete Davidson, who's well known for his roles in SNL. Staten Island King. She was also in Ruby Sparks, playing Paul Dano's mother in the film. Yeah, she's played a lot of characters. Those are just like so far the movies I got in my head. She plays the doctor and brought her back. So go ahead and watch these trailers, see what I'm talking about. I'm probably mumbling a lot of stuff. So there you go. Yeah, just check it out. So there you go. That's all I can say. Those are my predictions. I think in The Mummy, the young girl was kidnapped because she was being used for some ceremony that may have gone wrong. And in The Bride, it seems that there's a good possibility that Frankenstein monster, Frankenstein, may have be the reason why the bride is the way she is. Because in the beginning of the trailer, she's shouting, "Can anyone help me? Help me. I did not ask for this. I did not want this." So it seems she may have learned the truth. But then again, we don't know. It seems like the detective may have known her. It seems that Frankenstein may have fell in love with her and knew this, that she I don't know. It looks like he may have done it. He may have been the reason why she's in the state that she's in. I could absolutely be wrong. Like I said, these are predictions. That movie, The Bride, is coming out on March 6th. And The Mummy is coming out April 16th of this year. So I think I want to watch both of them in theaters when they come out. So I'm going to do that. I do want to see the Street Fighter movie. There's already calls for that movie, Street Fighter, which is coming out, I believe, in June, that is going to be a box office flop, that is going to bomb. It really... Some of the characters do not look how they should. And some of the actors that were chosen to play these characters, it looks messy. I'm not going to say which of these actors were cast for which character. I don't know what they were planning. I don't know what they were doing. Obviously, they were trying to do something. But yeah. So I don't know. I just know this month, so I don't know if the day of or the day after the release of Return of Silent Hill, I'm going to check it out. I just know that I'm going with someone I know for moral support because they are a huge fan of the Silent Hill franchise. And Silent Hill is like a cultural phenomenon all over the world. Everyone one way or another knows about Silent Hill. And Silent Hill 2 has been on PlayStation, PlayStation 2, Xbox. So it's been remastered and put on other game consoles. You can get it on the PC now. You know, you have the remake of Silent Hill 2. So, yeah, I'm gonna go check that movie out in about a week or two. I think next week. But we'll see what happens. Because, I already know what's going to happen. They're not going to like it. They're not going to like it. As we're sitting in the movie, they're going to be like, no, that's wrong. No, that's wrong. Yeah, so I'm just there for moral support. I'll give them a hand. I'm just going to be rolling my eyes the whole time. Then why are you watching it when you know it's bad? Yeah. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this trailer. So check out the trailer for The Mummy and check out the trailer for The Bride. See what you guys think, because that's what I think for my predictions. I'm not saying that they are right. They are predictions for a reason. This is what I think and how I feel and why I think that stuff. So yeah. So let me know, guys. Bye.